special Outlaw Sports Talk
with your host, Spurge.
You got Spurge. You don't know what the hell I'm going to talk about. As you heard,
Unapologetic,
unfiltered,
unfiltered, raw.
With your host, Spurge. I am glad you guys are joining me tonight. And you know what we talk about. We talk about the top news stories of the day and all of that stuff. The very first one that I want to talk about here in the St. Louis area is Cardinal Ritter High School football. I mean, listen, I know a lot of people are like, what is going on with that? And if you're in the St. Louis area, you kind of know, the Cardinal Ritter College Preparatory School. It's one of those schools that where it's the kids that get ready for college. They start moving up for college and all of that good stuff. Well, they were in Ohio, okay? And an altercation happened after the end of the game where the police pepper sprayed the Cardinal Ritter High School football team. Now, there are people that are claiming different things. They're claiming that this was, just it got out of hand. This is what the Ohio is saying. The people in Ohio are saying it's just thinking it's got out of hand. People from the Cardinal Ritter side are saying this was racially driven, where our players were sprayed because, if you know anything about Cardinal Ritter High School, preparatory college here in St. Louis, it's a predominantly black high school. Well, it has a lot of predominantly black athletes. Let's just say that. It's not all black, but it's got a predominantly black athletic department, and their kids were sprayed. Now, Cardinal Ritter, who has been ranked in the top in the country, in the U.S. for, last couple of years. Here in Missouri, they're ranked in the top, I think I want to say like the top 10 for college or for high school sports. They lost the game to the Ohio team. Now, again, here's what I'll say on this, okay? These were high school kids where emotions got high, and kids, kids being kids, jaw jacking behind each other. And, there's a video. I'm not going to play the video. On the show. You can go, if you're in this area, you go to Fox 2 here in St. Louis, KSDK, Channel 5, Channel 4, all of them have the video on there, okay? Here's what I'm saying. These were high school kids, okay? Why weren't the coaches from both sides involved in this to stop this altercation that led to this pepper spraying of the Cardinal Ritter High School kids? Where were the coaches? Where were the coaches in this from both teams? Why didn't the coaches step in to separate their teams? That is your job as a head coach. That is your job as a coach for a high school team, to step in to when you see your kids are starting to get to a point to where they're getting razzled and frazzled. That is their job as a head coach of a college or a high school team, to step in and separate your kids. Why didn't either one of these two coaching staffs do that? Why? Both coaching staffs let this escalate to where kids were pepper sprayed. These are high school children. Could care less what it is. These are high school children that were pepper sprayed. That should have never happened to any high school child. Regardless if A lot of these kids are bigger than me. I mean, I'm 49 years old. I stand 5'9.5", 10, weigh 220 pounds. I mean, if you guys remember when back in the day when me and Arlington interviewed Miles McVay, who is playing for the North Carolina Tar Heels now and played for the Alabama Crimson Tide, the kid was already 14, 15 years old, and he already stood 6'6", 300 pounds as an offensive lineman. It is our job as coaches to not let this happen to these children. It's the coaches' jobs. That is what they are there for, to keep these children safe. And these coaches did not do that. Now, I'm not saying the police were right. I'm not saying that at all. But these coaches should have intervened to stop this before it escalated to the point that it did. So this is a shame on the coaches, in my opinion, that they allowed this to happen to these young men. That's my opinion. Now, again, this is Outlaw Sports Talk. So it's my opinion versus your opinion. But on this show, my opinion's going to win out because, hell, it's my show. That's simple. My opinion will win out. But these kids should not have been maced. And if anybody watching this thinks that these kids deserved to be maced, then, man, I feel sorry for you. Because no child deserves to be maced. No child deserves to be maced. I don't care who they are. They don't deserve it. And these kids should not have been maced. This is the responsibility of their coaches, of their high school coaches, to stop this from happening. And that did not happen. There needs to be answers on both sides. You can see, again, I'm not going to show the video because I'm not going to condone high school kids getting maced by police officers at a football game. I'm not going to condone that. This is why I'm saying I'm blaming the coaching staffs. I'm blaming the coaching staffs that they let this happen to these kids. And they should have known better. That these parents entrusted these coaches to take their children out of state and to allow them play this football game. And yet now these young men are coming home because their coaches failed them. Their coaches failed them. And these kids were maced because the people that were put in charge of them, their head coach and coaches of their football team, did not stop any of this before it got to where it was. This ain't on the kids. This ain't on the kids. This is on the adults that were there. Not the children, but the adults that were there. And if you ask me, again, it's my show, so it's my opinion. You ask me, the coaching staff of Cardinal Ritter should be held accountable for this. Because I know for a fact that there are things that have happened at Cardinal Ritter where kids would go places and it would be approved by the school, but yet the chaperones would get in trouble for going to certain places that were already approved by the school. Again, this is a pattern that we have seen at Cardinal Ritter Preparatory College School, where the administration and stuff like that has not been held responsible. They passed the buck, or they've let it and swept it under the table. You ask me as a parent, and if I'm one of those parents from that team, yeah, sure, I'm going to be a little upset with the police officers because they maced my child, but I'm also going to be upset with the coaching staff and Cardinal Ritter administration for allowing this to happen to my child. That's who they should be mad at. And that's where they should be demanding answers. Why did our coaching staff and why did the chaperones that I entrusted my children with let this happen? That's all I got to say on that one. So you guys know, I mean, listen, you guys don't believe me, look it up. It's all over the news here in St. Louis about Cardinal Ritter and all that stuff. Now, you guys know this is a show that talks about almost anything and everything. And let's get to it. First thing I want to talk about, it's been some good stuff. Baseball, hot takes. The New York Yankees last night, if you have not been watching, is in the American League Divisional Series against possibly the best team and one of the best teams in the American League as we speak right now with the Toronto Blue Jays. They came back from a 5-run deficit in Game 3 to beat the Blue Jays. Now, you say that. They're still down. They forced a Game 4. It's only a 5-game series, people. You know, it's only a 5-game series. And what we've seen with Toronto is Toronto's a very good team. I mean, you're talking in the past first 2 games, they scored 26 runs in games 1 and 2. I mean, the lineup is in Vlad Jr. Listen, I'm happy for this kid. Vladimir Guerrero has just been playing unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, so hold on. I got to take a quick break. I'm having some issues. Not on my end. But give me 5 seconds, and I'll be right back. No. Listen, we're not going to get upset. You know how to do this. All right, sorry, boys and girls. I am back. Just a little, kid issues, The wife is gone, doing her thing at the Jonas Brothers. So, take care of the kid. It's part of life. That's how it works. But anyways, so if you go to this series, this is one of the most dramatic series that we have seen because the way the Blue Jays are playing are just unbelievable. Just unbelievable right now. They're playing some great baseball, and Vlad is making history by what he is doing. And right now, Toronto is up 1-0 in the top of the first. Okay. But Vlad is just going absolute crazy. Crazy what Vlad is doing. I mean, and I really hope that he does it. I hope he does. Look at this right here. We got the mayor of the UFL I mean, listen, you got to love it, man. You got to love it. This guy has been around. He was just in Orlando yesterday. I'll touch some more, you guys. And you guys know, you tune into the X Fan Show tomorrow. Me and Arlington's going to talk about everything that's going on and all that. There might even be a special road trip. I don't know. Maybe a special road trip. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows with me and Arlington? You never know. But back to baseball. I mean, Vlad Guerrero is just playing unbelievable baseball right now. What he's doing is just unreal right now. I mean, just unreal what Vlad's doing. And listen, I hope Toronto makes it, and I hope Vlad gets to the World Series because his dad never got there. And I was a Vlad guy and all of that. So I really hope the kid gets there because it's something that his dad never got to do. So I just really hope it, and then, on the other side there, I mean, hey, where the big man, where the mayor is at up there in Seattle, you have game 4 last night where the Mariners, or it was today, Mariners and Dodgers, or Mariners and Tigers are tied up 2-2. I mean, listen, me and Arlington have talked about this. Who is the MVP of the American League? He's saying Mike Judd. What is up, Wyatt? I'm saying, it could be the catcher. I mean, it could be the kid, there in Seattle, who had a really good year this year. 60 home runs, 247, 125 hits or RBIs, 147 hits. You could not. But Arlington, we're going to have that talk too about who is the MVP. Is it Aaron Judd of the American League, Aaron Judd, or Kyle Riley? I mean, look, Seattle, I mean, they're playing great ball. This game is tied up at 2-2. I told everybody who I wanted. I wanted to see Seattle go in and take this to make it to the American League Championship. And I said I wanted it against the Blue Jays. I mean, right now, we got to look at it and see what happens. If you look at this game and you look at it, everything, it's been going back to back. So with these two teams, with Toronto or with the Tigers and the Mariners, they play tomorrow, 3:40 Central Time. Is it 3:40 Central Time? I guess it would be, right? Yeah, I think so. But they play Friday. Yeah, they play Friday, 3 o'clock, 3:40. So it's going to be an interesting game. It's going to be very, very interesting to watch. Because, I mean, if you really look at Seattle, I mean, who do they have? I mean, other than Riley and Crawford, they got Hulo. I mean, it's a bunch of ragtag guys. And they're doing it, man. They're playing good ball. They're playing good ball. So maybe that big money isn't what's doing it for the Yankees. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, I think I just saw last night on a stat here, Aaron Judd. Okay? Or Aaron Judge has hit 5 home runs in elimination games. Ties the record for Yankees with Yogi, Mickey, and Joe. Tied it. 5 home runs he's had. I mean, look, Judge is a stud. Sometimes that big money doesn't win you games. It doesn't do it for you. And maybe that's what we're seeing in New York right now. So who knows? I'm rooting for the Blue Jays because my boy Joey up there in Canada, huge Blue Jay fan. And I'm like, you know what? I might get Joey on if the Blue Jays do make the World Series, or if they go to a game 5. I might get Joey on, see if Joey wants to talk about it. I think he would. I bet you he would. I bet you if I called Joey now, he'd want. You know what? Let's try it. You guys know this, the X Man Show, or the Outlaw Sports Show. I love doing stuff like this. So let's call Joey real quick. Let's see if we can get him, shall we? My man Joey from Canada. Here we go. We're gonna call Joey real quick. Turn the speakerphone on. See if I can get him to answer. It's the kind of stuff we do. Here. Well, it's popping too much. Maybe I'll do this. See if he answers. And then I'll say, Joey, I'm going to send you a link. Hop on real quick. So I'm going to talk Blue Jay baseball with you. Yeah. Joey.
After leaving a
No, okay, he put me to voicemail. That's fine. I'll get Joey on. No, we'll talk about it. Look, you got the Dodgers in. The Dodgers have been dominating Philly. They got the lead 2-1 or 2-0 against Philly. I mean, listen, the Dodgers are a team. They're a great team. They play tonight in game 3 to possibly take it from Philly. I could see him doing it. I mean, look, and I feel sorry for whoever is going to be playing against the Dodgers, that the Dodgers make it, because if we saw anything of what Shohei did, where he gave up the 2 runs and then just dominated after that, dominated the Phillies after that in a hostile environment. You know, I mean, yeah, he went 1 for 5. But I mean, Shohei is just on a whole nother playing level when it comes to baseball. Oh, my bad. It was game 1. And he went 0 for 4 with 1 base on ball. But here it is. 6 innings, 3 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 base on ball, and 9 strikeouts. Man, listen. The Dodgers are the team in the National League to beat. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong. The Brewers had a great after the All-Star break. They had 2 winning streaks of 11 or more. August, they were just unstoppable. And they're a bunch of ragtaggers and all of that stuff. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I see the Dodgers get there. You know, Dan, and that's funny that you say that, because tomorrow at 8:08, the Brewers play the Cubs. And again, I started this show off on Monday singing the praise. You saw the reels that I put out. They are the team to maybe beat with the way they've been playing baseball. I mean, the Brewers right now are just unreal. Unreal is all I could say about the Brewers. You know, I mean, there's a great article, and I'm going to pull it up, about how good these guys really are. You know, they're calling what we, here in St. Louis, what we called tiny ball, or we called it whitey ball here in St. Louis in the 80s. But I mean, you're talking about a team that has been doing nothing but focusing on the fundamentals. Low risk plays like singles, walks, and bunts to score runs rather than heavily relying on home runs, right? You know, they're emphasizing on making the contact, getting on the base. I mean, just unreal. And it's been giving them very high run production, winning games. This is the team that has been playing. You know, I mean, here it is from The Athletic, written by Andy McCullough. You know, and he looks at it, and here's what he says, is that they play light, tall ball. The Miller Lite Tall Boys is what they're calling them, basically. These are small guys. You know, I mean, the average height on this team is 5'10" on this team. You know what I'm saying? Just, these guys are just playing so well. So well. The way that they're playing. And it is showing that you have a bunch, look, they were the had scored the third most runs in all of baseball, but ranked 22nd in home runs. Third most runs and ranked second, 22nd in home runs. That's a lot of small ball that they're playing, and they're doing it. They had the fifth lowest strikeout rate in all of baseball. They had the sixth best walk rate in baseball. This is a team that is making you commit the errors and making you pitch to them, or they're taking the walks. They're taking the walks, or they're bunting men over. I mean, if you're not watching this and watching the Brewers play ball, you're missing some very good baseball. You're talking probably baseball in one of its most purest forms of the way the Brewers have been playing baseball. I mean, they're just doing absolutely fantastic. I mean, you go to game one, they throw up 9 runs. Okay? You go to game 2, they throw up 7. Now in game 3, they only scored 2 runs. Okay? But I mean, they're just playing such good ball. And they're playing it small. And I mean, this is a team that's going to be very hard to beat. I mean, the Brewers' payroll wasn't that much. I mean, look, you're talking Brewers' payroll wasn't that much, people, in 2025. I mean, they had a payroll of 120 million. 120 million, ranked them 22nd in the league. Yet they led they were in almost every single offensive category in Major League in the top 10. And 22nd in payroll. You know what I'm saying? Pretty damn good if you ask me. So I mean, it looks like they will end up playing the Dodgers. So yeah, I mean, look, like Michael Lathrop. Look, I mean, he's a Brewers fan. I'd love to get Michael Lathrop on. Michael, you got time? Look, get on. I'll talk to you about your team. I'll let you talk about your team, the Brew Crew. If you got time to get on real quick before I move over to the NFL, I'll give you 5 minutes to explain if I'm wrong or anything like that. That's up to you. If you got the time, if you got it, Michael, just say yes. I'll send you the link over. I'll give him 30 seconds. Should give him a couple seconds? I don't know. Who knows? Let's see, Michael, counting down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Okay, he don't have time. Okay, Arlington. Cubs are up 4-2 in the 6th. I know, no, game's over, bro. Game's over. Oh, it is 4-2 in the 6th. Okay, yeah, you're right. My bad. I just looked at it. You're right. A-Train's right. 4-2. So, you know what, Arlington, hop on, because I know you wanted to talk before I move over. Actually, no, Arlington, I don't want you to hop on. But now, guys, listen, there's the other thing that's in the world, and it's called this. It's possibly the biggest sport in the world. Well, in the U.S., not in the world, in just U.S. And I think Arlington is going to love this, and I'm going to really piss him off. But that's okay. He can yell at me on Wednesday. Third tomorrow night if you want. The football news. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't heard, the Cincinnati Bengals have acquired a quarterback. And that is, hello, beautiful, that is 72-year-old couch warmer Joe Flacco. Now, the Browns will get a 2026 sixth-round pick. Now listen, me and Amanda talked about this the other day when we were watching the game. Jamar Chase. Now, mind you, remember, she's a Vikings fan. And she said, see, I know, right? That's why I'm talking about it, Arlington, because you're forcing me to talk about it, you bastard. Jamar Chase might be the best wide receiver in football. Might be the best wide receiver in football. Now, mind you, she's a Vikings fan, and they have Justin Jefferson. But we're watching it, and we watched Jamar Chase make 2 phenomenal catches in the end zone from that bum that they had. Now they no longer have now. Or they still have him, but now he is the 81-year-old Joe Flacco's backup. I mean, 2 great catches Jamar Chase made. Now, listen, we know the Bengals are not in a very good spot right now in football. We know that they're not in a very good spot. I mean, you look at their standings, and have they even won a game? Oh, they're 2-3, 2-3. Joe Burrow's out with turf toe. Don't know how long the hell that's going to last. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, Jake Browning is a backup to a 92-year-old quarterback named Joe Flacco. 92 years old, Joe Flacco. I mean, hell, Joe Flacco might be 101 by the time the time he gets to take the field next week. In a division where the Steelers are only sitting at 3-1, okay, you have the Ravens, who are the dismal dog poo-poo, because now you have Lamar Jackson out for who knows how long. Derrick Henry, I don't know what the hell happened to Derrick Henry. But I mean, when you only have Derrick Henry and you have Tyler Huntley as your quarterback, you just load the box up, stop Derrick Henry. Huntley's not going to hit Zay Flowers, because my fantasy team went to dog poop because of that last week. I lost because of that. So thank you. And you got the Browns that are 1-4. Now, this makes it very interesting for the Browns, because we have a dilemma now with the Browns. We have a dilemma now. Well, I bet you're not complaining. I bet you're not complaining. I mean, you have the second oldest quarterback in the NFL, Aaron Rodgers, who's 74. You know, Dan. So Coach Stefanski just recently said in an interview on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, which I'm going to play it for you, courtesy of the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, right? Okay, so let me go back just a second here. It ain't a very long clip. It really isn't. But here's what the boys over there in Cleveland got to find out, because Mr. Stefanski sidesteps the questions.
Fair to him and his teammates to put him out there if we don't think he's ready. So hold your horses on it. It's coming, but not today. But no, instead he's speaking in code.
Now, in fairness, if he said that, every single Shedeur Sanders fan would still be
No. Listen,
yes, but who cares?
No. Listen.
Well, he cares. You're telling him to say, I know people want to play.
No, I'm just asking him. I'm asking him to be Listen, we talk about this leadership and maturity stuff.
Okay, so it goes on to say that Stefanski is sidestepping the question on who is going to be the backup quarterback there in for the Browns. Now look, me and Arlington have talked about this. As of right now, the primary quarterback is the rookie Dylan Gabriel. Okay, he will perform. He performed well in his first start or whatever. Yes, they did sign Bailey Zappi. Okay. Here's my biggest thing. Now he sidestepping who is going to be the backup quarterback. Is it going to be Bailey Zappi, or is it going to be Shedeur Sanders? See, I sit here in silence, right? Because I will say this. You draft a guy in the 5th round. Now, Arlington will tell you, and Arlington has said that this is the Willie Beeman effect for Shedeur Sanders. I will tell you the real fact, because this is the Outlaw Sports Show, and I tell you the truth, as you heard in my theme song. This is a Deion Sanders problem. All right, listen. You ain't supposed to tune in. You ain't supposed to be on here until tomorrow. I didn't invite you.
You can, but I'm gonna ask you this one question. Do you want to do this now, or do you want to do this tomorrow? I have time.
Listen.
I have time.
Listen. Since this is the Outlaw Sports Show, right?
Kicking me out?
No, I'm not going to kick you out. I'm not going to do that. Okay?
I got time.
We can do this now because I'm going to shock you. Are you ready? So if we do
got
this
time
now,
today.
we can't do it tomorrow because we got a lot of UFL stuff to talk about tomorrow.
Right, and I'm not going to talk about it on the A-Train show tomorrow.
Okay. Are you ready?
If I do it, it's going to be brief.
Hey, if you're ready, because I'm going to tell you who I think the backup should be.
I got a lot of WWE stuff to talk about.
Right, but I'm going to tell you who the backup should be in Baltimore, in Browns. It should be Shedeur Sanders.
It should be. It should be Shedeur Sanders. The question is, will it be Shedeur Sanders?
Again, it should be Shedeur Sanders, okay? And the only reason why, hold on, let me explain to you. And Arlington, we've had this conversation off the air a lot of times, right?
And we can have it on the air.
Right, we can have it on the air. You go while you say that Shedeur is having the Willie Beeman effect.
Treatment. The Willie Beeman treatment. Yes.
I'm only going to give you 30 seconds.
Okay, it's fine.
So start talking.
What am I? The answer is right there. It should be Shedeur Sanders, but I'm going to tell you flat out, Kevin Stefanski is a fraud. And this is way before this Shedeur Sanders stuff. Way before then, bro. No. I'm talking about prior to this.
Didn't Kevin Stefanski have a guy who is now tearing it up down there in those creamsicled uniforms? And he got rid of him?
What was that?
Wasn't that Baker Mayfield that he got rid of? Just saying.
And I'm trying to think. Did he help him win Coach of the Year? I want to say he did.
I think he might have. And then they got rid of Baker Mayfield. So, but look, Arlington, I'll agree with you. It should be Shedeur Sanders, right? Here's the reason why I think Shedeur Sanders is getting the short end of the stick and the way he's getting treated in the NFL. It's because of who his dad is.
Stop it. I wish you stop.
Arlington, I'm right.
No, you're wrong. You are completely, absolutely freaking wrong, dude.
You're making me dizzy like that. Hold the camera right. There you go. I'm right. It's because of who his daddy is, Deion Sanders. Because Arlington, stop. You know that Deion has rubbed a lot of people wrong in the NFL. Just saying.
Who cares?
I'm just saying. And Shedeur's only played in one system his entire life, right? Underneath his dad. But This is the reason why he's getting the treatment that he's getting, is because of who his dad is. Can you?
Who cares?
Oh, are you driving?
Yeah.
What are you doing? All right, we're
Marking.
going to talk about this a little more tomorrow because I want more of your outtakes, because I just wanted you to hear it right here, first and foremost, right? That I think Shedeur Sanders should be the number 2 starter. The
Fine.
backup in Cleveland.
Fine.
Are you
You want
happy?
me here?
Finally
I
admitted
heard
it.
it.
I finally
Whatever.
admitted it. Are you happy?
No, I'm never
Okay,
happy with you.
I gotta call you after I'm done anyways, because we gotta talk.
All right, kick me up.
I am by. All right, there's Arlington. What is he doing? He's sitting there driving like a fool. What's wrong with him? Gotta love the guy. But make sure you guys tune into the A-Train show tomorrow. Right? And then tune into the X-Fan show, because we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff that happened in the UFL. But look, I mean, listen, I really do. And Arlington, and I've said it to Arlington, I really hope this kid gets his shot. I think where he should have went when there was the rumors of him being traded to Minnesota, I think he'd have really done. And listen, again, and Amanda can vouch, Daddy Ed can vouch, Arlington can vouch. I am not a Kevin McCarthy fan, or whatever that guy's name is up there in Minnesota. I mean, Arlington can vouch because I've said it. I think Shedeur would have probably had a better shot and could have really grown as a quarterback in Minnesota. I don't think JJ McCarthy is. I think JJ McCarthy is, if I'm looking now, is starting to follow the Joe Burrow's plight of football as a quarterback, where he's injured, he can't finish a season. I mean, I don't think Joe Burrows has ever finished a season in the NFL where he's played every game. I don't think so. We're starting to see that with McCarthy. Even though this is McCarthy's second year, I mean, first year he was named the starter, blows out the knee, gone, done all year. Comes back, plays the second game, boom, done, gone. That's how I'm seeing it. Again, that's my opinion. That's why it's the Outlaw Sports Talk Show. My opinion, and my opinion's always right on this show. But anyways, so it's going now. Joe Flacco. I have a feeling Jamar Chase is dancing and backflipping and doing whatever it is that Jamar, he's making great catches and all of that because he's got Joe Flacco, who's 117 years old. But he's actually got a quarterback now. I mean, his one quarterback, Joe Burrow's gone. You know, Jake Browning, who's not a very good quarterback. Now he has a 122-year-old quarterback that can actually throw the ball. I think this gives the Bengals sitting, you know, when I talk about when you're sitting at 3-3 in this division, I think this gives them a chance to really do something. Now, it's going to be hard for them to get there, but I think it gives them a shot to go there with Joe Flacco. You know, in other news, football news, the Cardinals, have fined a coach, Jonathan Gannon, $100,000 for his sidelined altercation with the running back there. I mean, again, look, this is what I said earlier in the show when I talked about the Cardinal Ritter thing. This is a coach. You should have a certain sense of decorum. Yeah, I understand that tensions get hot and all that. And this outburst, again, if you want to watch it, go watch it up. Just pull up Jonathan Gannon outburst. You can see it. He did apologize, but he's fined $100,000. That's great. That means this league, this team is holding their coach to a higher standard. Cardinal Ritter, maybe you should take it a page out of the Arizona Cardinals and hold your coaches to a higher level. because those coaches allowed that to happen to those children. That's all I'm saying. And then, Kyler Murray missed practice with a foot injury. Arlington can tell you I am not a Kyler Murray fan at all. I don't think he's very good at all. Other than that, Brock Purdy did not practice there in football. But, I mean, if you guys really look at this standing, there's one division right now in all of football, okay? One division that might be the most exciting division to watch. And I think it's going to shock everybody on who I say it is, because if you look at this division, they have two teams that are sitting at 4-1. They have a team that's sitting at 2-3 that I think is finally starting to get it back. They're getting key players back. The AFC South might be the most interesting division in the NFL as we speak, with Danny Diamonds dropping diamonds over everybody right now with the Colts at 4-1. Yeah, I mean, the Colts maybe haven't really played anybody yet, but they're sitting at 4-1. You got the Jags, Mr. T. Lawrence had his statement game, beats the three-time champ Patrick Mahomes, and you saw in the game Patrick complained to the referees and had the refs pick a flag up. Chiefs are really hurting. Jags beat the Chiefs. You have the Texans who are now sitting at 2-3, who are starting to get their players back. They still ain't even got Joe Mixon back yet, their running back. It's going to be a very, very interesting division, the AFC South. I mean, look, there are no more undefeated teams in the NFL. The Lions are looking like they're starting to get it back at 4-1. 49ers, I don't know. I mean, with the injuries these guys have had, and they're sitting at 4-1 on top of an AFC West, which is another tough division because you have the Seahawks sitting at 3-2. You have the Rams sitting at 3-2. That's another division to watch. The North, I mean, you had the Packers on a bye. They're sitting at 2-1. Lions are sitting at 4-1. Vikings sitting there at 3-2. Bears are sitting there at 2-2. That's another good division. But in my opinion, right now, the two biggest surprises of the NFL season are the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Right now. Biggest surprises in the NFL as we speak right now. And I mean, look, you can make an argument for maybe the Broncos, but if you're a real fan and you've been watching football, I mean, if you look at it, I can tell you the biggest disappointments: Chiefs and the Ravens. I mean, look, you always say who's the most valuable player on your team, right? Lamar's done. Lamar's out. And his team is sitting at 4-1. I love him or hate him. Regardless if you don't think he wins in the big game or not. He wins in the regular season. I mean, could Lamar right now be Peyton Manning? Because remember, Peyton Manning couldn't get over that hump for a while. Couldn't do it. When Peyton Manning wasn't with the Colts or any of his teams, what happened? They sucked. Lamar's not there. Ravens are sucking. He is the most valuable player for that team. Love him or hate him. He is the most valuable player for that team. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you guys. But I can tell you guys this, because I'm on daddy duty. It's part of life, you know. You got to be that way sometimes. I'm going to end the show there. Make sure you tune in tomorrow at noon for the A-Train show right here on the X-Fan show page. You can find us Twitter, all that good stuff. Then that later that night, tune into the X-Fan show with me in Arlington, talking UFL. We got a lot to talk about and all that stuff. But with that being said, hey, I appreciate all you guys tuning in. I am going to cut the show short just by 10 minutes because, you know, I have to, you know, I do daddy duty. This is part of life. With that being said, I will see you guys next Monday at 6 o'clock. Hope to see you guys then. I hope to hear you guys. You guys tune in. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. Hope to see you tomorrow on Arlington show and hope to see you on the X-Fan show tomorrow night. That being said, I'm out.
Yeah, they told me play it safe, keep it clean for the cameras. But I never learned to cage what burns inside. Spurge in the building, let's ride. You want the sanitized version? The court proved to improve. Right now we're breaking every rule tonight. Raw truth, no filter. This is how we unleash. Can't contain what I release. Unleash. Breaking chains, I find my face. They try to box me in four walls, paint me picture perfect for their halls. But rebellion runs through my veins like fire. Every rule they made just fuels desire. To speak the words they don't want heard. Push boundaries with every single word. This stage is mine, my voice, my choice. Nobody silences this rap. I'm unleashed. Unleashed. Can't contain what I release. I'm unleashed. Unleashed. Breaking chains, I find my face. You think you know me? Think you control the narrative? Watch me tear it down, build it back my way. Every scar tells a story. Every battle makes me stronger. I won't bow, I won't break.